when I started trading stocks, like it was like an obsession for me. Like I was doing it 12, 15 hours a day, studying. I was not really paying any attention in school. Like I had made the decision at 18 when I got to Michigan State and I had my first computer lab there and I had the high-speed internet and all that stuff, that this is what I'm going to do. Like it was like no ifs, ands, or buts. Like this is what I was going to do. 4 years trading and studying more than anything I did in college, from going out to going to class. Like I really wasn't doing anything. This is what I was doing. I realized if you go and see 10 people a day, I mean, you're going to get 9 no's. And so I decided, well, heck with the appointments. I'm just going to walk inside every single business in my territory cold, because then I can see 100 businesses a day. And I'm just going to go out and meet these people, whether I have an appointment or not. And it's going to be my job to build a relationship with them and build the rapport so that they hear what I have to say. And so all of a sudden, my numbers started just going nuts. To get used to rejection, that might be the easiest way to actually learn how to get rejected, because you're going to hear no 95 times a day. Not even just no. You're going to hear people say telemarketer, solicitor, check out my no solicitor sign, right? People are going to be kicking you out of their business sometimes. That's what motivated me when I'm walking in the snow, being in Michigan, going business to business, office building to office building, liquor store to liquor store, gas station to gas station in the middle of winter. I mean, that's what was driving me, was like, man, I've got to do something for like my parents. Like, they've put so much faith in me, and you know what? They're right to put their faith in me. Like I can do these things. Sometimes you just got to work. You got to work and work. And even though you may not be working at like your dream, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not getting closer to your dream. Sometimes in business and in life, you have to build a foundation. You have to build a foundation of skills and knowledge and personality and perseverance that can take you and propel you into the business you may want to go and build someday, even though you may not be working at that business. No is just a word. Sometimes we get so nervous to go talk to a girl or ask a friend for a favor, right? Like we get so nervous about hearing those no's. But in the end, when you hear no 95 times a day, you just learned that no is just a word. It's just a 2-letter word. And so you get used to it, because those no's, they get you closer to those yeses. One of the things that always came down to, my dad told me this a long time. He said, son, people don't get rich off a moment. They don't get rich off a moment. They don't become successful off one moment. That comes from actually doing your job day in and day out, whether you want to or not. And he goes, you know what? Over time, if you keep doing it, you might have something. And I've never had moments in business where it's like, oh, boom, like this changed everything. Sure, I've had big moments in business, but there was years of kind of lead up to really get me there. Those moments are just kind of inflection points where your hard work pays off. And so I had to go back to work. Your attitude is the only thing you can ever control, right? And so that was something that really kind of stuck with me, is like, you know what? These people are dependent on me here. Like people work for me now. Like I can't have a bad attitude here. Like this is not getting me anywhere, but it's not getting them anywhere either, right? These people are my friends. And so it was time to get back and just grind it, but then also plot my future. Long-term success comes from culture, right? It comes from actually working with people that share your values, right? So that you're growing together. A short-term fixes of, just bringing in customers, but then there's chaos everywhere. That doesn't build long-term success. It's not good for your brand. It's not good for your culture. It's not good for the students and the customers who can feel it, right? Your customers will feel it when people are nitpicking with each other. It doesn't work. Like if you're trying to build a really successful business, then you have to have a strong foundation, right? It's got to come from the core, from shared values. And so, hey, money is money, and I had to rebuild. And that was a painful rebuild, because now at this point, I got no money again. Don't just have this one thing in your mind, even though it's great to have an end goal. but don't make it so that's the only thing you do. Go out and try stuff, because those things that you learn, they are the skills that will actually get you to where you want to go. Don't worry about the glamorous path. See, I wanted to be a trader originally because I had this glamorous lifestyle in my head, right? And the pain was so much because I was just thinking about the glamour of being a businessman or being a trader, you know, and that's where I was going with everything that I did, like every decision I made. But it's often, right, the real path is never glamorous, but it doesn't mean it's not going to get you there.